What is happening? You're listening to episode 245 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2, Eric. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on? And what is up, NPC fam? It is your boy, Hate Zero, your hero.
Player 3, Crawler. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going? And it's Crawler coming at you.
All right. That music you just heard is from...
Hate broke.
I just smiled. I didn't say anything. This is a podcast. I'm allowed to make faces.
Discord made comments last week that you guys kept it together. But
we did. It's the same week that I got a review saying, "Let the joke die. Let the joke die. It's not funny anymore. Crawler's coming at us. We get it."
It'll come back around. That's how good jokes are. You know, they stop being funny, but then they come back and they get you again.
Yeah.
Just listen to this episode at 3 a.m. Everything's funny.
Truth.
After a few drinks.
Music it heard from On Being Human. Check them out on Spotify and YouTube. Remember, this is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. And if you'd like to get yourself a free book from Audible, head on over to audibletrial.com/NPC. Pick up something awesome like Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, Ready Player One. The chair I'm setting in from OP Seat. These chairs have been going on sale periodically. They might be on sale right now, $20 off. I don't actually know. I just see the promoted tweets. Actually, I'm going to just look it up real quick. Let's see. And survey says
They have Black Friday stuff coming up.
right now, save $20 on chairs and $100 on desks. And they usually do have a Black Friday sale, so you may want to hold out for that. They've been up to $50 off, I believe. So, but as of right now, $20 off and $100 off desks. So I'm rocking both. Love them. That's n64josh.com/opseat to save an additional $10 off of the 20 or the 100. If you'd like to check out my book, Another Castle, head on over to n64josh.com/anothercastle and pick up the paperback from Amazon. With that, let's talk announcements.
Hey, listen!
It's that time of year again. We're getting the holidays coming up. We do have some kind of a charity event happening. We're working on the details right now. We're going to be doing something, so stay tuned for that. Of course, come December, we're going to have our night where I sing Christmas carols on stream. And, Last Christmas... Right, Crawler? Just for you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. And so we'll be doing that here in the next little while. I can't believe it's crazy. It's crazy. It's already that time of year again. So
Month out.
yeah. That being said, too, I'm going to have a Black Friday coupon for my store. If anybody wants to get any N64 Josh merch or any of that stuff, it's n64josh.com/store. The coupon will be Black Friday. It will start on Friday. So there you go. With that, we can talk about what we've been playing. Here we go! All right. Crawler, kick us off.
So I picked up the 2-pack. I have Sword and Shield. I spent the first day, what was that, Friday, when I got back from work. I think I ran the beginning hour of the game 5 or 6 times, collected starters, trading with I think I was trading with Crosif or no, Colt. I was trading with Colt in Discord, and he was holding on to him for me, and I was getting him a few extras for him and his girlfriend, and then I finally got to start my game. So that's about as far as I got on day one. And then this weekend I've powered through, and yesterday I beat the 8th gym, and I've been having fun with it, but we're going to talk about it a little bit later on how I feel on just the overall impression of the game. I don't have any problems with like the pre-release controversies and all that. We've talked about that at nauseum a little bit, but just overall things I think could be improved, or maybe I've moved past, I guess, in this franchise. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But that's what I've mainly been playing. Like, my kids have still been bothering me to play Luigi's Mansions. That's kind of our before bed kind of thing. We do a floor or find a boss or do something. So I'm up to the 12th floor in Luigi's Mansion. So making my way through that slowly but surely. And I have a new game coming here tomorrow. I'm going to be trying out my hand at Dragon Quest 11. So that'll be coming up here pretty soon.
Cool. Eric, what about you? What have you been playing?
A lot of Star Wars. I gotta admit, a lot of Star Wars. I did play a little bit more Luigi's Mansion. That's still great. Still one of the best experiences on the Switch, but we've talked about that enough. I played World Rally Championship 8, and so did you, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, the game controls all right. It looks like maybe a notch above a Nintendo 64 title.
Is it arcade? Is it arcade or sim?
It's a sim. So the cars look fine. They're still a little bit low textured, but the trees and everything else are so horrible to look at. Like, they are so terrible to look. It's rough. Other than that, if you're looking for like a rally, everybody, well, not everybody, but I like some rally car games, and they're fun. They're technical racers. I don't know that this is one I can play for any length of time. It's very frustrating. I also have complaints with handheld on any racing game. I'm coming to find out that these sticks because they have such short throws, they're not very precise, and they're very twitchy for steering. Josh, what's your impression of it?
So as far as the sticks, I have those extenders from the Satisfy grip, and
are those on all the time?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're on all the time. But that being said, I played so much Mario Kart handheld that like I kind of just forced myself. The only area that I feel like I struggle with the sticks is with shooters. That's where I feel like playing handheld. But again, I forced myself to try to get used to playing like even like Smash and stuff like that on the 3DS, and so I was like, I'll just stick with it until I feel better about it. What I thought was interesting was the throw of the trigger not being analog, and you're.
I was going to ask about that. It's all just feathering then, right?
Yeah,
and
you
that's
gotta
got to
feather.
be difficult with dirt and snow drifting kind of stuff. I mean, that's got to be hard.
It can be, yeah. I think I liked this game a little bit better than Eric did. As soon as some of the textures on the trees and stuff, I was like, yeah, this is not like, it's not good. It's
But the
not
price
good.
point probably hurts it a little bit.
What is that?
50.
Oh wow.
Okay, so I did not know that.
Because I was saying, I had to look this up just because I was curious as to how much it was, because I know you had gotten it through the key finder or whatever. But yeah, 50.
Stay away from this title. Run away from this title. So Grid is a far superior racing game. Graphically, it comes in at $30. It's not a rally game. There's no dirt. So if that's your cup of tea, I mean, maybe play Mario Kart. I can't recommend this game.
The best dirt in a kart racer is Crash Team Racing. I'm gonna just come out.
There you go.
I'll say it.
There you go.
The dirt and mud and Crash Team is great. Yes.
So Josh, now knowing the price, how much do you like this game?
Wow. So I played both handheld and docked. Just try to get the publisher actually emailed me and was like, "Hey, we want you to check this out." And so I was like, "Okay," and they talked it up. So like I was like, "Okay." I went in with pretty high expectations. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
If I bought it for $50, I'd probably be kind of upset with myself, though. Like, this seemed like probably like a $19.99 price point, and then maybe even hitting it like on a sale would have been like.
Yeah, look for a game that came out in 1999.
Yeah.
So hey, were you saying the cars and the track graphically are kind of okay, but it's the side stuff, the trees and the scenery going by that's like low res?
Well, everything's kind of low res. So like of great mirror at, there's no the lighting's not great. There's not dynamic lighting that I that I remember. Maybe I need to go back and give it another shot. What I'm hoping is this game gets a day one patch that we haven't received yet, and that completely makes me eat crow on everything I'm saying.
Oh, is it not out yet officially?
Did it come out?
I thought it came out yesterday.
Okay. So I played it before yesterday, so maybe there's a patch. Maybe I need to go double check.
I'll turn it on right now and see.
Yeah. So the cars they're passable. You know, I wouldn't complain about the cars.
Are there any
Not
licensed
great.
cars in there or no?
Yeah, they're all official rally cars.
That's where the price point comes into play.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Grid has official licensed cars and $30. I mean, it's a port. It's a high res port, but
And Grid's gotten their money from microtransactions on mobile.
The software's sitting at 1.1.
Don't look great.
So
is sitting at what?
1.1. No,
1.1.
1.1. So, but I'm in the middle of Pokemon right now, so I can't.
Yeah, that's an annoying thing about Pokemon as well. But we'll get there.
Yeah. So, if you're really looking for a rally game, maybe pick up an Xbox and use Game Pass and play
Forza.
One of the rally games that's available on Game Pass.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I felt myself wishing this game was an arcadey kind of had a more of an arcade feel to it. It doesn't have the line like Forza does, which I think it could definitely benefit from. You do have your co-pilot like telling you what's coming up, you know, and you learn pretty quick what your different corners are and things like that. So there are some redeeming qualities to this game, but there's also some things that just it really kind of came up short for me as well. So yeah, don't think I would recommend World Rally Championship again unless you're just really into simulation and you don't have an Xbox, you know.
As I say, but if you're really into simulation, you're not getting an analog trigger, so probably your best way to do it.
Yeah.
And that you can get past that. It's not the end of the world. It's not great, but you know, you can get pretty decent at feathering. Like I played Grid for a little while and that faces the same problem. It is what it is, but everything I don't feel the pull to invest the time to get good at this game and forgive its flaws.
Yeah, if you have an Xbox and you've played Forza or you're not playing this one. You're not gonna. There's no reason to. Yep. There just isn't any reason to. So, and I don't know what's going on. If you guys are listening, you're gonna hear a little bit of robotic sounds periodically. Like I don't know what's happening with Discord. It's just being Discord. So, so bear with us. Yeah. Other than that, I've been playing some Pokemon as well, and that's.
I think you're almost to the opening ceremony, I believe, right? Isn't that where you're headed?
Almost to the first section of the game. Yeah. I don't know. It's been cool playing on stream because, again, everybody, you know, loves to help out, loves to like, hey, switch this move out, do this kind of stuff. And then I get to the wild area and everybody wanted to give me Pokemon. So like I did a bunch of trading and things like that, which I'm like, I can't even trade anything. I don't have anybody yet, you know? So like I had to go and catch a bunch of Pokemon and then and then be able to do some trades and stuff like that. But I did see a tweet of somebody, I think it was a Sobble. They had an egg and it hatched a shiny Sobble and like that tweet was like it had quite a few retweets, but like
so now there's like I don't know if you saw this today. Apparently there's square shinies now. So there's like the normal diamond shiny like animation when it comes out. And that's like 1 in 4,000 something of, and now there's this like random square shiny that is even more astronomical in appearance rate. So
1 in 65,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
It's in a different color?
No, it's just instead of diamonds sparkles around it, it's square sparkles. That's it.
Is this real life?
It. That's real life. Welcome to Game Freak and Pokemon, I guess.
Wow, crazy. All right, hey, let's get to the news. All right, Game Awards right around the corner. This is why there's no Nintendo game in December, because of the Game Awards. They were like, we're tired of our best game getting...
No. Hey, it has a chance to win Game of the Year this year because it's such a weak field. But,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So, yeah, we've got a bunch of nominees. Take it away, Crawler.
All right, so these are going to kind of be by game until we get to one category, and then we'll talk about that. But Smash Brothers Ultimate was nominated for Game of the Year, Family Game, and Fighting Game. Astral Chain was nominated for Action Game. Link's Awakening was nominated for Action Adventure Game and Art Direction. And then we have the unofficial Nintendo game category, which is the Family Game. And that includes all Nintendo titles. So Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Yoshi's Crafted World are all going against each other there. Tetris 99 is included in the conversation for Best Multiplayer Game. Cadence of Hyrule is for score and music, which I think that's seen that. And then Fire Emblem Three Houses was nominated for Best Strategy Game. And I think notable as well is Wargroove was in there. That was kind of premiered on Switch first, but I think it's on
everything.
I don't know if it's on everything yet, but it's on at least Xbox and PC now as well. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad showing. I think some people were I've seen Twitter questioning why Super Smash Brothers is included because it's a 2018 game, but it came out, if you remember, the Game Awards were on the Thursday night that the midnight releases were happening for Smash Brothers. I remember I was at Best Buy when Joker was announced at the Game Awards, so it was happening as it was going, so it definitely missed the cutoff. Kind of like this year, we were just talking about before we went live, Pokemon and Star Wars are missing the cutoff this year.
Got it. Yeah, it's really not that difficult, Twitter. That's why.
And well, they're only missing the cutoffs for the Game Awards. There's other
outlets will include all these, like they do the calendar year.
Yeah. So, it's an interesting year for the Game Awards. When I look back at this year for games, is there really anything that really stood out on any of the platforms? I know Control has been one of the ones, and I picked Control up day one, and played it one day, and it was fun. But it wasn't like it really pulled me back in or anything like that. Like, listen to Eric talk about Star Wars. I mean, it sounds like one of the. Call of Duty looked great this year, but again, it didn't. It seemed like it kind of fell off relatively quick.
Well, it's hit hard point contention with the multiplayer and how it's being balanced and all that kind of stuff right now. So.
I liked it, but I think part of the problem is we've had a lot of good games come out this year, but not a lot of great games. So the whole thing's been just kind of crowded with really good games, but there's not a lot of standouts.
A lot of 85s out there instead of 95 and 100s.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was kind of pretty cut and dry last year with it was God of War last year, right? And then the year before that was Breath of the Wild. I mean, those are console defining games. I mean, they're system sellers. And I don't know if we've had Pokemon this year, but that's also coming out on the cutoff day, but I don't know if that it's also been met with the most involved with it. So it might be a system seller, but it's not a hardware defining kind of title.
Yeah, and one of the best Switch games, or two of the best Switch games, are not console sellers for sure. Luigi's Mansion and Zelda. Why can't I think of the
Link's Awakening.
name of the Zelda? Link's Awakening. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Both
and
great games, but not system sellers.
Link's Awakening gets an asterisk put next to it because it's a remake. But I feel like in the same breath, nobody's saying that about Resident Evil 2, which is also, I believe, nominated for Game of the Year as well. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's a remake. It's a yeah. I mean, I guess Link's Awakening was a remake in the sense of art direction and not necessarily game mechanics of it all. It's all kind of the same that it was, and Resident Evil changed that up a little bit. But I think Smash definitely has a strong chance to win fighting game looking at the other games in that category. I think Mortal Kombat 11 is the only one that maybe could eat its lunch, maybe, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if Smash didn't take that home. I mean, it's the most appealing. You know, Mortal Kombat's going to have its diehard fans, but it doesn't hit as wide of an audience as something like Smash does. It just can't.
I'm a little bit surprised Luigi's Mansion didn't get some kind of like art direction or some other nomination just for all the animations that are in that game and the
sound design is
Discord is just jacked.
it went really bad. I don't even know if you heard what I said, but the sound design I feel like in Luigi's Mansion is really good as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was laughing so hard when we were playing the Scare Tower or whatever, and it's four Luigis all doing crazy little Luigi sounds, especially when you like clear a floor. It's hilarious just to listen to it kind of in a round. It's pretty funny. But instead of calling out Mario when you're in the Scare Tower, you yell at help, because it's a way to like without voice chat to communicate with your teammates. It's Luigi's running around, help.
That's funny.
Are we all going robot right now?
No,
I heard
pretty
you.
bad.
It came through.
I like the Luigi's Mansion games. They've never been huge hits with everybody though. Like, you know, that one launching with GameCube, people were so upset about it, and
it's a game you can't jump it. It's a Mario-esque game that you don't jump. It's a puzzle game that it's not.
And Luigi has the best jump.
Yeah,
he's got the flutter kicks.
It's just a Zelda game with Luigi. It's all it is. Oh, full-on robot, apparently. This is out of control.
This is gonna be a fun episode.
Yeah, it's great. Love doing this live with like, what's funny is at least what's coming through on the audios is okay. It's not as bad. Like, you guys aren't hearing me. They probably don't even hear me right now. Who knows?
I can hear you.
Okay, there you go.
It's just whenever you see us laugh really hard, it's because you slow
right, and that's what happens on this end too. So with it's so weird. Thank you, Discord. Thank you. So
I know a lot of people have been kind of critical of Fire Emblem not being included in more categories as well.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Okay, well, moving on. Switch sales spike in the UK ahead of Pokemon release. Sell 1 point ahead of Pokemon release. Take it away.
Stop right there. Hard stop right there.
Yeah, help.
So this is two things, all both done on GameIndustry.biz. So Switch sales spiked ahead of the release, like 75% of just like system movers. Like, they were moving. It wasn't even the light. It wasn't even the Pokemon light. It was the new redesigned regular Switch was way up in sales ahead of the release last week. And then shifting, Japan also reported, this came out today, that they sold 1.36 million copies in 3 days of Sword and Shield. So it's moving. It's moving systems, and it's moving copies all around the world, and we won't get US numbers for a while, but
it's selling. Cool. This was a very strange email yesterday morning. The official Switch Lite flip case coming
12/8.
12/8.
Yeah, why didn't it come out like 3 weeks ago?
Not just that.
They weren't ready for it.
I thought the original email said it was coming out in 2020. So.
Oh, this is the tweet. I pulled it off the tweet.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Give us the details.
Well, so I don't know. This says available starting 12/8 from the Nintendo.com store. So maybe I don't know.
I think their pre-orders start 12/8.
Could be. That's a bad tweet from Nintendo of America. Then it's a misleading tweet.
I have the article up on n64josh.com. I'll snag it real quick and see. But I'm pretty sure they're coming out in 2020. Let's see here. At the bottom of the article. Oh, here it is. Let's see. This is direct from the Newswire. Here's the article I have. The set will hit stores early 2020. The Nintendo Switch Lite flip cover and screen protector will be available to purchase exclusively online beginning December 8th. And select retailer websites at a suggested retail price of $39.99. The set will hit stores early 2020. So you can order it online 12/8. It'll be in stores 2020.
It's a $31 case. Is that what I heard you say?
40. $39.99.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. What I'm actually really curious about it is like where do you put do you pull the Switch Lite out of it? Or does
no,
it,
I think it'd be like a phone thing where it flops, like where you turn that thing all the way, the magnetic.
Which will be super uncomfortable to play with for long periods of time. I would imagine, maybe not.
That's what I'm thinking too. I wouldn't want to hold my. I would not want to hold the Switch Lite like that.
People have that weird wallet case on their iPhones and stuff.
But how much gaming are you doing day in, day out on your?
You shouldn't be doing any, but people still game on them all the time. So I don't know.
Hey, speaking of Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, great segue. Wow. Professional podcasting right here before your eyes and ears. Nintendo unveils 2 subscription models for Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
They learn nothing. Nothing. And it's even worse than Mario Kart Tour.
Break it down and
so
please be gentle.
Yeah. So there are two options. The first of which is called the Cookie and Depot plan. And get this, it's $7.99 a month. And it gives you a choice. This is, I don't know how this is worded
Disney
from Polygon.
Plus.
Yeah, it's more than Disney Plus. Disney Plus is $6.99. Gives you a choice of 5 fortune cookies. I don't know if that you hopefully get all 5. I don't know if you just pick one. I don't know. It's their version of loot boxes, so you get furniture or something out of it, which normally costs 50 Leaf tickets, which I don't know what that would cost in real money as well to get, but that's what the fortune cookies normally cost. So you get 5 of those, it looks like. And you get more space to store all the stuff you get. And that's that plan. That's for $8. So you get 5 pieces of furniture a month or whatever you get out of loot boxes in that game, and then more places to store it. The other option, the additional option that you can make this be a $10 a month thing if you do both, is the Happy Helper plan, which is $2.99 a month, and lets you pick one of your favorite villages to be a campsite helper. And they'll play the game for you while you're not there. That's in essence what it is. They will collect items and complete tasks, eventually playing the game while you're effectively playing the game while you're away. Players will get a stipend of 60, so you're paying to get 60 Leaf tickets every month as well. Come on, Nintendo. Come on. But Josh is going to have to pay for this because his wife saw it and got all excited.
No, she just told me about it. She didn't get excited.
Okay.
Yeah. So, first of all, why does Animal Crossing have to get treated like this? 2, I feel so bad. Like, there's basically heads rolling at for the teams that made this game, right? Because
you're not profitable.
They're not making their quota, and now we saw the same thing with Destiny, right? When they were trying to make their money for Activision, and look how that turned out. Like or
EA with Star Wars Battlefront. Like, that was even before the game came out that they got strong backlash.
Yeah, like it.
So let me ask you this. Does this scare you for the Animal Crossing release in March?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Because the amount of... the first Animal Crossing comes out and you've got all those NES titles in it, and they're not going to do that for free ever again. That's never happening again. Most likely. Maybe I'll be wrong. Hopefully I am, because that was a cool addition. So you don't think they're going to do any microtransactions for this upcoming Animal Crossing?
No, not a chance.
Season pass possible, and I mean they've done that. They've done that with Fire Emblem. We had a season pass that we also didn't know what was included in that. Some people bought it. Daemon X Machina is, I think, getting free stuff.
Yeah, Zelda had a sweet season pass.
Zelda was kind of meh. I'd argue that you got the best boss to fight out of the DLC in Zelda, but what else? Smash is, I think, a great value for what you get with that. But they're not afraid to do the season pass stuff, but they have not ventured into... I think they can see how clearly hated EA is for certain things and how much pushback Activision gets on certain things. So I hope they're smart enough. And I think their mobile division is obviously not quite in sync with the regular console division, but they're slowly getting closer, and that is a little troubling. But I don't think those microtransactions. They're in essence a company that really caters to kids, and I think they can't be super profitable that way.
I think the biggest problem lies. I was thinking about this throughout the day today. I'm not even really sure why, but like I fire up most of the Nintendo mobile games once a day and just get the free stuff that they offer. Fire Emblem, just because of the fan base and everything, they seem to get it right. There's constantly new heroes. There's people want to get the certain characters, things like that. So it makes sense. But you're essentially gambling to try to get these characters. So it's like I won't throw any money at it. But they give away, I mean, I'm sitting on like, I'd have to look exactly, but I think like close to $200 worth of orbs.
Well, and then on top of that, they give you the free pulls every so often.
Yeah, you still get
free pulls.
Yeah. So that style of game works. The problem I'm seeing with like Mario Kart, Animal Crossing, there's not enough of the base game like that we've come to know and love to want to keep like I want to play like a regular Grand Prix in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Right? And if you want to sell like they should almost have done like a Fortnite thing where it's like, hey, if you want this Mario skin, it's available for a week and you can buy it. But the actual game itself if it was a lot of fun, that would entice people to keep coming back. That's the beauty of Fortnite is that for people that like Fortnite, the game is a blast, and then they do something like a Stormtrooper, which I went in to go buy and then realized I missed it by like an hour or something.
Oh yeah, I bought the Stormtrooper.
Yeah, see?
They got my money there.
Yeah, but it's that scarcity tactic that works so well with those style games. Now, there's gonna be people that are probably listening to this be like, "What are you talking? You're like, don't give them more ideas to be predatory and things like that." But I mean, they're still a business, right? Like that's what's going on here. So I would rather have a game that's actually worth playing if I'm getting my oil changed or doing whatever for 5 minutes versus like I'm just gonna end up going on Twitter or whatever, Reddit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Well, and
play
there's
these
so many
games.
other mobile games out there. They have to compete now with. I mean, they aren't helping their case by competing with Apple Arcade because the subscription models that they're putting out for one game are more expensive or at the same price point as Apple Arcade. So they hurt themselves there. But there's also plenty of other free-to-play games that the market is super saturated. So they have to. I mean, they're banking on the marketability of the Nintendo name and IPs that they're putting out to carry them, and I feel like the shine wears off after a couple weeks. Like I haven't opened Mario Kart Tour in I don't know how long now.
Yeah, and
I've never opened Dragalia Lost or whatever.
I'll still open that one too just to get the free stuff. But that was actually a decent game. Like that's a game that you could invest time in.
I feel like they could have put that out as like a Pokemon Quest kind of game on the Switch, and it would have probably done a whole lot better.
It probably
because I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's decent for sure. So
I guess that's the closest thing they've come to on the console, putting something out that had kind of microtransaction kind of stuff was Pokemon Quest.
Oh yeah, and they've been doing this with Pokemon since the 3DS days. Like there's Candy Crush Pokemon if you want. And you got to pay for moves, pay to keep going. The thing that like one of the things I feel like Nintendo's missing the boat on. There's so many people that use like they'll jailbreak their phone or they'll put emulators on their phone, things like that. Like why not just charge $5 a month, do their own version of Apple Arcade, but put their classic games on mobile.
Especially now that iOS devices can connect a controller.
Yeah.
Like
we can't even get Virtual Console on the Switch. We're not getting it on phones from Nintendo. Come on. It would be awesome, but they don't want to give it to us. I don't know why.
And the games I'm talking about are the games that we have on Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah.
No, so basically just put NSO on mobile.
Or just they could even go as simple as Mario 1, 2, and 3 and Metroid and Link to the Past, and they'd be good with just those 5 games.
Yeah.
Oh, they would.
Yeah, I mean, they could do Game Boy games and all sorts of stuff on there too. That would work very well.
Yeah. Sorry about the robots, guys. I don't know. It's just the way it is tonight. Everybody's like a RoboCop, like. It's so bad. All right, well, let's jump on over to our talking point. We're gonna dig into Pokemon here. Okay, Crawler's played the most.
No, I'll let you start. I want to hear what you think so far.
Okay, well, first off, I was like, I got to get the Steelbook. I pre-ordered from Target. Fun fact: that pre-order's still not here.
It was supposed to be tomorrow, right? Isn't that what their updated shipping was? It supposed to be here by Thursday?
It'll be here tomorrow.
So you're just taking that straight back to the store?
Yeah, I walked in and bought a copy on Saturday night, and then I'll just take this. I'll take the other one back. But
did you buy a copy from Target?
Yeah,
Target.com, and they mailed it. Like he said that on the last show. He's like,
you walked into Target to get your copy.
I didn't even have the pre-order. They probably still have the Steelbook in stock. It was one of those things that was like supposedly going to be sold out or whatever, and totally was not. Was not. So
Game Freak lied again.
Oh gosh. Wow.
That's at HateZero.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess before we talk about, I put out a video.
Don't watch it. Don't advertise it. Don't watch it. Nobody talk about it.
It's my most viewed video in a while. I used the hashtag Game Freak Lied and bring back National Dex, and oh wow. So here's the thing. Initially,
this is your vlog, right?
Yeah. Initially, it had like 16 thumbs down on the video.
What's it at now?
18 with 34 thumbs up.
Thank you, Discord. That's what that is.
But the comments, like, I had people go and review the podcast poorly because of the video.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, dropped it from a 4-star to a 1-star. So I see you, Omega. Yeah, I see you. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, some people misinterpreted it. I was literally talking to the people that were bullying and like bebeing toxic. That's it.
Death threats and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, like they don't matter. Like go away. You've forfeited your right to have your opinion listened to at that point. Like, just be civil. Yeah. It's not hard. So anyway, if you want to watch me like kind of take my filter off and it's rare. It's one of the rare times I got real opinionated, and oh boy, watch out. I don't know, it was kind of fun though. It was kind of fun. So, actual Pokemon jumped in. Well, actually, Eric, you're just grinning. No one can see the grin on the. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just the whole series of events. It was magical. Josh basically burned everything down for a day and upset everybody. It was and I know Josh well enough to know that he doesn't mean it. He's just pushing buttons of the easily pushed buttoners. I don't know. So it was a sight to behold.
I am a master button pusher. There is no question about that. And so, yeah, I knew once I threw those hashtags.
He made sure he got into the algorithm with the hashtags.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. I had a few people that we had very cordial conversations with in the comments where it was like, we just kind of talked things out. So I understand people are upset. Yeah. They're passionate. I get it. Just be passionate and don't be rude. That's all. That's my thing. That's it. So, Blitzkrieg says, "Oh wait, got you." There's 36 thumbs up now, so we're it's got a good ratio. Although one of the comments says, "I do not like this ratio." Of thumbs down. They wanted more thumbs down. That's the vibe I was picking up. So, Anyway, jumped into the game. I think the thing that I'm a little shocked with, honestly, is how has this series not really changed in 20 some years or however long it is? Like, how, like,
that was one of the first things I asked Pokemon chat and Discord was like, so when did your rivals start taking the weaker Pokemon to your pick? That's what I didn't like. They've dumbed it. I feel like it's almost dumbed down a little bit too.
I don't know why it's doing. Why does the robot
they
make
take
a slow motion?
Weak.
I can't. The robot's bad
it,
right now.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's bad.
Your rival takes a weaker Pokemon than you. It's weak to your type of Pokemon that you take.
Sure.
And so that was new to, like, I haven't played really since Red, Blue, and Yellow, so I'm way out of the loop when it comes to Pokemon.
But the thing that I'm like a little bit confused by is like, it's essentially the same game every year or every 2 years or whatever. You start the game, you get a rival, you play 8 gyms. I was like,
you become champion.
How are people not more upset about this? Like, that seems to me like the thing that people would get more upset about, and they're like, oh no, that's fine. Like, that's cool. Let's give me my rival. Let's do the 8 gyms.
Well, they mixed it up with Sun and Moon. Can you hear?
Yeah, go ahead. You're good. We can hear you.
Well, they mixed it up with Sun and Moon because it wasn't. I haven't played it all the way. I'm kind of intrigued to go back and play it. I have. Like I said, I have Sun, I have Ruby, and I have Platinum. So I have some older games that I bought in the past and I've never played. So I go back and play them. But I know that they mixed up the formula a little bit on set change. I mean, throwback. Is it bad?
It's so funny.
It's the worst.
It's the app like this. Yeah, guys, we're sorry. I don't know what to. I don't know what to do at this point. But
at least you'll come in great on the audio. Like
Yeah.
we can't hear you half the time at all, but you'll come in strong on the audio.
oh yeah,
The West server is an average of 433 millisecond ping. Jeez. That's the server is just super.
we'll try Central. I just switched it over. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Oh hey,
There it goes. That looks a lot better.
oh good,
Hey, look at that.
amazing.
So yeah, I'm intrigued to go back, I guess, and maybe look at some of the older titles that I have and see how it's kind of evolved in the past. But for me, I feel like the game has been simplified a little bit. From I guess I had nostalgia glasses on last year a little bit playing Let's Go, because that was the only kind of game I had played. I had played Red and Yellow back in the day, and so this game, like I said, I'm through the 8th gym. I'm working my way up to that championship city to fight in now. So I have a little bit more of the story to go. But every time in the story that something happens, I feel like the adults are like, oh no, we'll handle this. You go battle your gyms. It's not like a true RPG where something bad happens and they need you to come help save them. And I feel like going back to like Let's Go and Red and Blue, there were some a little bit of puzzles sometimes. There was cities that you couldn't. There was, I forget what the central city was in Red and Blue, that you couldn't get into until you had a key or somebody was not there. And then like also the mansion, the abandoned mansion on Cinnabar Island, that the gym leader wasn't at the gym, so the gym wasn't open. I feel like you just walk into a city, and if you're high enough level in this game, you could just walk into the gym and do it. And it kind of just, it streamlines it. I get that there's some other stuff that Pokemon that you can go find out in the world and do some stuff, but I also feel like on that path to those cities, the routes are super short, and there's very few trainers that'll just come up to you and do those mandatory exclamation point battles that are kind of a staple of the franchise. And I feel like they've added a few ways to get around some of those fights this time, and it could have been, I feel like, a little more challenging. The biggest challenge I have is I know none of the Pokemon outside of like a few that I recognize out of Let's Go, and then the 151 from Gen 1. And so I don't necessarily know what I'm getting when I just see a Pokemon name come up on the screen. I don't know what kind of type or anything I can try to anticipate. So that's where my challenge comes in this game right now.
Again, and kind of what was so surprising to me, like after playing Let's Go and then jumping into this, and I haven't played since Yellow, and it was like the same thing happening with the rifle and everything. That was the big thing that like I was like, I mean, I don't care, like I'm fine with it, but I did find it strange. And then chat here is saying like, Blitzkrieg says it's fun because it's Pokemon, but it's just a weak showing for them. Shows that they don't really know how to innovate this game. That or they are already working on it, but they didn't. Let's see. That or they are already working on it, but didn't want this to be the next gen Pokemon. So maybe that's maybe that's it. And then Pitterate in chat says, do you think that changing Pokemon too much would be detrimental? And Blitzkrieg answered and said, I think that's what they're afraid of. If it changes too much, you make people mad. You didn't change it enough, you make people mad. They were kind of, they were not set up to win, so
lose.
They went safe.
Yeah. What I really want out of the Pokemon game at this point is I'd really like for them to create a more story-driven experience. So kind of, I didn't religiously watch the cartoon growing up, but if it was on, I'd watch it. And I would really love for them to make something stylized and story-driven, much like the cartoon. If I could play something more in that vein, I think it would keep my attention more, because I'm not, I'll pick this game up maybe even tonight. I haven't decided yet, but I'll pick this game up. I'm not going to capture all. How many Pokemon are in
There's
there?
I think almost 400. I think 395. I think.
Well, that's the most achievable it's been in a long time. So maybe I'll get much closer this time. But I'm not gonna catch all those Pokemon. Like that's just not ever going. But I will try to run through the entire story. So if they made a more compelling story, made more. Obviously, Team Rocket's the bad guys. There's
not in this one. I feel like they
Well.
dropped the ball on that. That's another complaint. Team Yell is not interesting at all. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, I feel like they leaned really heavy into the wild area. I think, and that it has potential, but it's also lacking in some things. Like the online, you have to. It doesn't. I wish when you entered that area, it'd be like you could have a setting or something instead of having to remember. Like last night, I was in there and I forgot to turn on online because you have to go into your Y link and you have to press the plus button to initiate getting out of local mode and into online. And I get that it's on a mobile system and it's not always going to be able to be online. So they had that ability to just persist offline, which is good. But I feel like this is maybe kind of a trial run to do something similar to a Destiny or a Division or something like that, where it can be a shared online world that other players exist in. And how cool would that be that it's just they make a whole MMORPG kind of style game where you can battle like you said in the anime, Ash battles whoever he comes across on the side of the road, and it turns into a whole thing. And it could be a lot more, I think, if they push that envelope a little bit and explored that. And I think having this wild area, which is pretty expansive, and you get to it very early in the game. Josh hasn't even gotten to the opening ceremony yet, and he's already in the wild area. So they do introduce it to you right away. One of the annoying things is that you need the gym badges to get control and the ability to catch Pokemon at higher levels. And you have these Pokemon wandering around, and you could get into a fight with them. You can try to run away, and they give you the ability to use Pokedolls and stuff to escape. But it's also frustrating if you're like, there was one point where I was like 1 or 2 levels. The Pokemon was like maybe 5 levels above what I was allowed to catch. And so I'm like, I'm that close. I can battle them and I can win and I can weaken them, but I don't have the ability to catch them. And that's kind of annoying. And I think tempting you with that wild area off the bat is a good thing and a bad thing. And that's what they had to walk that line a little bit. But then when it comes to catching Pokemon, I think the catching mechanic in this game is horrible. And I've used 10, 12 Ultra Balls, like a high level ball that should be able to catch a Pokemon that I've severely weakened, and it was unsuccessful. And I don't know what the RNG calculator is in there, and there's a whole other, like, I've been out of the loop for a while. There's a whole other economy in there of these different Pokeballs that do different things, and I'm not even sure where to go buy them all. But there's a layer to this that I think is kind of inaccessible to anybody that doesn't want to spend the time to really kind of research it. So it can be inaccessible in some aspects there.
Well, what's interesting is I feel like based on that statement, it seems like they've done a pretty good job catering to the casual and the hardcore to a certain extent, right? Because if you want to get in, like you were talking about in our Discord, people are talking about breeding, they're talking about the competitive side of things, right? So Eric's gonna play this game, he's gonna play through the story, and he's probably gonna be done. But there's gonna be people playing this game for
till the next one comes out.
Yeah, and it actually intrigues me. The competitive side of Pokemon actually really intrigues me. Like, one of the things I'm looking forward to the most when I really start digging into this game, especially with the chat and everybody that's so passionate about it, is building building my team. And and understanding the competitive side of this, and then playing against people, and like, even possibly doing tournaments within the Discord and things like that. So I'm excited to see how far it can go, and how much time I end up spending with it.
How much time do you think realistically you will spend with it? Because anymore, I'm surprised if I spend more than like 6 hours on any game. There's just too many.
So that's the thing with this one is, and this is, I also have a question too, maybe chat, maybe you guys can answer. Right now with Pokemon, I don't want to stop playing. Like, I'm only playing Sword on stream and putting it up on YouTube, so that the whole thing is going out as a Let's Play. But I'm jonesing to play this game. Like, I want to get in and keep going.
Start your Shield playthrough, and save right before a gym battle, and then queue that up, or come back in, do your Let's Play with Sword, and play however long you want to play, but allocate like 20 minutes or so at the end of whatever you want to stream, and then switch games out and do your gym battle. And that way you can have something to, you're saving like the core parts of the story for the other playthrough that you're kind of continuing on, and it'll help your knowledge as well with your Let's Play on Sword. But it'll provide content for stream, but also lets you play offline or off stream as well, and then saves a game intact for a clean Let's Play as well, because it's very clear and cut and dry when you're going to go into a gym battle.
What is there a benefit to having both games on the system? Like, wasn't that a thing back with the
There's 28 Pokemon to each game that are exclusive.
But can I even trade with myself? I guess is my question.
You can't. You can utilize me or somebody else in Discord to hold on to something for you, and that's what I did the entire first day with Colt. Is I started the game over and over. I would go in and delete my save, but I was giving him.
What?
I don't know. This sounds really. I'm just gonna play the game blind.
I just wanted the all three starters to start, and he wanted that as well. So I did the legwork, and would go in for the first hour, because you can't trade until you get a certain point in the game in the very first hour. And so yeah, I would get the starter, complete what I needed to complete to be able to trade away my starter to Colt, and then delete my save file and then start all over again. I got pretty fast at it, and you can skip some cutscenes and stuff. But yeah, the other difference. So I said 28 exclusive Pokemon to each different version. There's also the 4th gym and the 6th gym, I believe, are different in each game. So there's the 4th gym in Shield is a ghost gym, and the 4th gym in Sword is a fighting type gym. And then Sword also has a ice type gym, and then Shield has an ice type gym, and then Sword has a I believe it's ground or rock type gym. So there's 2 different gyms in each version.
Okay. Well, that's good to know that there's some more differences, because I wasn't really sure, honestly. Here's the thing about the game. It has me wanting to go back and play older games, and honestly, I'm a little bit like jealous of people that have like such great nostalgia for this series, and like that understand the depth and things like that. So I like, yeah, I'm a little bit sad that I kind of missed the boat on it, because I think for those those that were younger, and that this is like Pokemon's kind of their Mario, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Like I totally see the draw. I totally see the appeal now. And I'm like super old. But like,
well, yeah, because you were already in high school when the first one came out, right?
No, he couldn't have been. For Game Boy?
Let's
96.
See. I was a freshman in high school if it was 96.
Was it 96?
Yeah. I think so.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so you missed it. So
February
really
27th, 1996.
wow.
I was engaged.
I really enjoyed Let's Go,
99 not.
and I think you played it and enjoyed it as well. So let's say that's my gauge. Forget all the Pokemons I've played before because none of them matter anymore. I enjoyed Let's Go. Am I going to enjoy Shield or Sword today?
Did you play Let's Go all the way through?
I think I beat it. I put 25 hours into it or something. I think I beat it.
It's I enjoyed Let's Go better, but that's I guess,
only played Let's Go handheld, so I didn't do any of the gimmicks. I didn't ever.
I kind of enjoyed sitting back with the. I never did it. Enjoyed it, but I have not encountered the like I said, the routes are pretty short, like between cities, and there wasn't a lot of challenge. Like there's a Snorlax blocking the path in Let's Go, and you have to find the flute and wake it up and all that kind of stuff. And there's the Slivko Tower that you have to go, the teleporters and moving around, and the conveyor belt puzzles and stuff that you have to figure out. I haven't encountered anything like that, and I've beaten through 8 gyms. I have the final thing to go. I guess the closest thing to that is there is a pretty new and unique thing with the walking into the stadium gyms for your battle. Some of them are kind of fun, like the ghost gym that I did. You got in like a little teacup saucer, and you got to spin around, and it's a very straightforward puzzle. The very first gym, you have to like herd Wooloos or whatever they're called, the sheep Pokemon. You have to herd them like your sheepdog, kind of down the path. It's kind of, there's kind of fun, unique things, but nothing as puzzly. Maybe that was 1996 me thinking it was kind of puzzly, and I had not remembered it all when I went back and played Let's Go. But I felt like there was more puzzle elements or RPG-ness to it all. And this is just kind of like go to the place and do the thing. And it's not. So like we were talking earlier about the gap between casual and then there's this whole other stuff for the hardcore. And I feel like I kind of fall in the middle there, where I'm not super interested in the breeding or the competitive stuff, because the competitive stuff you have to look into their nature and their all sorts of stats stuff that I just don't have interest in digging into. And then the mainline casualness of it, I didn't find challenging, and the story not very engaging, and I don't know. And then the frustration of the trying to catch Pokemon with the catch mechanic, and you're drowning in money in this game, so it's not an issue of buying Pokeballs, but it's just the idea that you're wasting all these things on something that has a small little red sliver of health that you should be able to catch with a $800 Pokeball that you can't do it. So I don't know.
Josh, what's your perspective?
I don't know. I know I sound like a negative Nancy, but I don't know. I've enjoyed what I've played, but the battles are fun, but I think the overall game is lacking a little bit.
What I'm hearing is that you need to play Dragon Quest because you need to play an actual RPG that's going to scratch that itch.
And that's why I bought it.
I think it's the beauty of Pokemon that it's so accessible and that people can pick it up and play through a game. Like, to know that I can beat this game in a relatively short amount of time is actually quite appealing to me. Just like Let's Go was. I was like, I was kind of kicking myself that it took me so long to finish it, like that I waited. That being said, knowing there's games out there like Dragon Quest, also appealing to me at this point, which is crazy. I never thought it would be, but that's a whole lot to bite off, right? And so it's one of those things that I think it's very difficult for developers to do well, where they can cater to two markets, the casual and the hardcore. And I often refer back, I've already referred to it once, but I refer back to Destiny, where when you play a game from like when you get into a game pretty hardcore, you're bummed out the fact that you could get through it quickly or that there wasn't more to grind. But then if you don't have the time for that, you're thankful that you're able to get through a game, Yeah. And so somebody's always going to lose, right? At that point, there's no way around it. And I think they probably did go with the safer options. But it kind of like a lot of the reviews I heard, they're really excited for what's what's going to be coming next, right? Like that seems to be something that I heard. I mean, I loved listening to like IGN's review of the game because you could hear the excitement in the reviewer's voice. They loved it.
Frida, she loves Pokemon.
Yeah.
Her Twitter name is Shiny KCD. I mean, she loves Pokemon.
Yeah, and so because of that, like, that's the perfect person to review the game. But I can understand that some people are going to be like, well, I mean, what do you say? There's going to be a bias in every review. There's no way around it. You're just listening to somebody else's opinion of the game. We
should only have people who hate a genre review the game from now on. That always goes well, right?
Yeah, right. But I really liked listening to her review because she was so excited about it. It got me excited about it because that's, and that's what I want from a review. I want to hear somebody's excitement about a game, not like, I mean, you could tell when it's mailed in, when it's like, oh, I did not want to have to waste my weekend playing this game, and but then they still give it a good review because they recognize the game was good, even though maybe it wasn't for them. And so it's a tricky thing. It really is. So I don't know, where are you at now, Eric, with after this discussion?
I'm gonna buy it. I might go buy it as soon as we sign off. Just and not because I discredit everything you had negative against it, Crawler, or anything like that. It's just,
I put 25 hours into it. I don't feel like I've gotten my money's worth, and I feel I enjoy, and I want to see it through. And I even put in Discord today, can I get some starters from the breeders? Because I want to play Sword, because I do want to experience those other gyms, and I want to see what they made. It is. We talk about this all the time. Games are art, and I want to experience it. And there's something to see there, and they put the time in to put the animations and the design and all that kind of stuff, and I'd like to go see it. So I have enjoyed my time, and I don't regret my purchase. And there are some things that frustrate me, I guess, and that I feel like they could have done better. And that's a good way to look. You want to be critical of something if you like it. So yeah, that's how I feel.
No, I mean, that's how you get improvement. I think the biggest thing for me is I've just been longing for a game I can play handheld casually in bed. And Josh's description of constantly saying, this game's for casuals, that's not what I heard. I heard, Hate Zero, this is for you. Hate Zero, this is for you. So this will be a draw to me.
I think to unwind after playing Star Wars or whatever.
Which is just punishingly hard, and I don't want that all the time. I don't want to be physically challenged all the time. Sometimes I just want to mindlessly throw 14 Pokeballs at a Pokemon. That doesn't sound so unpleasant to me.
And for me, like, streaming this game, Pokemon has become one of my favorite games to stream because everybody in the stream is so invested in. It feels like we're doing this game as a village. That's really what it's like. That's really what it feels like. Like, it's not just me playing. It's like I'm looking to them for their expertise in this, and it allows everybody to kind of to feel invested in what's going on. And I love it. It's like a lot of times as a streamer, you don't want people backseat gaming, right? You want to be able to figure out puzzles and things like that. But to be able to ask my chat, like, hey, what do I do here? What's happening here? Do I want to get rid of this move? Should I add this move? Is this Pokemon worth saving or keeping on my team? Things like that. Like, I love it. I love that part of it. And so that's a factor for me when it comes to these games. It's a complete factor. So I'm going to probably look past some of the stuff that may be frustrating because I'm having such a good time in other areas of this game. So, but I do agree, perfect game to play before you go to bed. Like, probably the perfect game just to shut your brain off, wander around the. I'm excited to like get through all the gyms and then just hang out in the wild area for a while.
Yeah, because once you beat all the gyms, I can catch any level Pokemon now, so I can go and actually experience the wild area. And if I encounter something that I want, I can catch it, and you don't have to worry about that whole mechanic that I was talking about, where you're blocked from being able to try to catch something.
I tuned into Miss Clickstream for just a little bit, and she had seen like the Loch Ness monster one. Is it Gyarados or something like that? Or I don't know.
Gyarados,
I don't know these. I don't know these things. But Nessie, we'll call it Nessie.
Well, that's Lapras then. I don't know what you're thinking of, but sure. We'll go with it.
Yeah, it used to be a Magikarp. I know because I.
Then that's Gyarados.
Yeah. So I evolved one in Pokemon Go. But she's just standing at the edge of the lake, just watching this thing swim, just like she couldn't believe she was seeing it in the wild like this, and just watching it. And I think for the people that have a lot of nostalgia, this game, it really scratches that itch of like, maybe because I mean, you play this game back on the Game Boy, like you're using some imagination to see what
using gray and green.
Yeah. And so I think there's probably an aspect of it that some people are like, man, I'm seeing this game how I've always envisioned it being, or close to. I know it fell short for some people, I understand, but
yeah, there's pop-in. How can they have pop-in?
I know, right? Go play World Rally Championship 8.
Ooh, don't do that.
There's pop-in in Breath of the Wild. I mean, come on. It is what it is.
Yeah. So, all right. Hey, let's wrap this thing up here. All right, Crawler, where can people find you?
I guess come yell at me in Discord about Pokemon if you disagree with me or if you agree with me or whatever.
Come yell with me.
Come yell at me and give me 2 starters so I can do my shield or my sword playthrough. But yeah, hanging out in Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. Hanging out there. I do need to get my stream up and going here sometime soon. I have all this stuff and I need to do it. But so maybe Dragon Quest I'll do. Who knows? Who knows what I'm doing? But Nightcrawler, twitch.tv/Nightcrawler724. Nightcrawlers without the E.
Cool. Eric, where can we find you?
You'll find me on Discord. You'll find me on Twitter. You'll find me a lot playing Jedi Fallen Order right now. Probably on some Pokemon. Everything in my life is at Hate Zero.
Everything. Guys, I'm on TikTok now.
Okay, Boomer.
My first little TikTok video is Pokemon related. It's where the poor sword guy got his ear cut off. I don't know what's going on there.
Did you figure out if that was a glitch or not? I think that was a glitch.
Some people tweeted at me and said they were in the same boat with theirs. It had the ear was cut off as well. So I don't know.
They must have just forgot to copy that animation over when they copied the entire game from the 3DS.
Yeah. You know what? True. Yeah, it's true. Ooh, that was it.
Too soon?
Yeah. Riven says it is not a glitch. So there we go. Cool. Yeah, but I don't know that I should be allowed to play on TikTok. I'm having way too much fun, but some of the stuff is very terrifying. Like, you could put like Satan horns on and like, yeah, it's I have some videos. I'm like, I'm not gonna put that. That will scare the children probably. So, but yeah, everywhere else, N64Josh, guys, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all the stuff. So, come hang out, talk to me, send me your memes. I need Nintendo memes. Send me I've had some people send me some memes. I'm like, I can't repost that. I laughed, but I can't repost that. So, send me your memes. I need them for Facebook. If you're taking any rad pictures of your gaming collection, things like that, tag me on Instagram. I'll share them on my stories, and just chat with me on Twitter, guys. I'd love to see what you're up to. So, yeah, that's gonna do it. Remember, we got the sale coming up on the merch. n64josh.com/store. Coupon's gonna be Black Friday. That's gonna be the coupon code. All right, and OPC, n64josh.com/OPC, save $20 right now, and an additional $10 by using the code. All right, we love you guys. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Why does Crawler hate Pokemon?
It's a good question.